Welcome to Game 4 in our Cheese of the Week series on PvZ DT rushes. Our first three games were successful DT cheese, even though all of them counted on the transition plan. So we're going to see a game here on Shattered Temple where things don't go exactly according to plan. My opponent and I are talking a little bit about how many Z's are on ladder. I asked him how he's enjoying his ZVZ. His opponent doesn't seem very talkative. So here I scout across the map. Notice close by ground spawns are disabled. So I don't need to check this, and Zerg opponent doesn't need to check this. So of course that's where I'll be building my Dark Shrine. I put this pylon here. I noticed that his spawning pool was a little late and that he seemed to be wanting to build this, so I dropped the pylon. I use it for temporary supply. I expect to lose it. I'll get supply blocked, but that's okay because I already have the pylons on the way. And here we go. Notice the location here. I used to put on the edge of the map on these cliffs here because I could warp DTs in a lot closer to my opponent. The only problem is that I've noticed a lot of times that overlords will sit here waiting for my units to run by, or lings will poke up on occasion. So I put this here in the natural position. I know that I could be scouted there, but it's more likely that an overlord will go around the bottom of the base or cut through the side here. So I think right in the natural, or right in the middle of the mineral patch is a pretty good location for this hidden pylon. Now I run into a little bit of trouble because I'm too greedy here. I usually build a Stalker, then a Sentry. I was gas stolen by Zerg, which really puts a crinkle in my plans, but I'm obliged to follow through on this cheese. And now I'm getting much too heavy pressure up front, so I put a pylon here just temporarily to try and block him from doing a run-by. I'll cancel that when my next Zealot pops out. And I can't kill this the second extractor, and trying to build DTs and DT rush without a second gas is kind of difficult, but I need these units up front. So I have my Zealot here. I cancel the pylon doing the full wall. If I had the full wall there, I'd have to eventually kill it to do my Expo. And I don't know what happened here. I guess I left a little hole for my Zealot. And that's thankfully not too many lings. I killed all the other lings and he never followed up. So I lose the Stalker. I pull a few probes to just try and whittle these down a little bit. And I don't want to build too many more units because I want to drop my Dark Shrine as soon as possible. So here I'm losing a few probes. Let's look at what I've lost. Not too many. Only lost lost 3 workers. So Zerg was a little bit slow here. I guess he spent too much on lings and was harassing. Now the Roach Warren pops out, which is a typical Zerg transition. This queen should have already been here. So Zerg is acting a little slow, but I believe this is a Masters player, so... Finally, I'm trying to get the second gas, and I'm following ahead with Cheese of the Week. I have to do the cheese, so I decided to go along with it. Because of this, because Zerg knows that I didn't have my second gas until very late, he felt very comfortable staying on standard Ling Roach tech and not getting a lair, not getting an Evo chamber to put down support crawlers. So he felt the need to just counter gateway units because that's all he saw from my base. And I don't think he's seen this yet. No, he hasn't seen my Expo, but I'm going to put it down there anyway, again, because it's been crucial for my transition plan, and because I want them to scout it. I want Zerg to scout it, perhaps get distracted by it while attacking it, and just give me more time to get DTs out. So here we go. Let's look at the timing here. I believe one of these warp gates is... Holy cow. Put down a lot of them. This was because it took me so long to get the Templar Archives up that I had way more minerals than I needed. So I just spent the minerals on gateways. Better to spend the minerals than to just have them bank. And now I'm in a little bit of trouble, I think, because he's able to completely wipe out my base with this roachling attack. Let me pause it at this point. I only got 2 DTs out, I believe, because my gas was so low. But notice that Zerg doesn't have a lair, doesn't have an Evo chamber. This should be a 1 game for me, assuming I don't lose everything in my base and come down to some critical base trade. So what I have to do, it's absolutely crucial, is just target down those drones as quickly as possible. Stop him from continuing production or from hiding hatches all over the map. Base trades are okay here. I shouldn't have lost all of these zealots, but there we go. Notice I target down all of these. It's so important to get every last drone. Let's take a look at the killed count. I only have 1 DT in base. It's more important to kill the other guy's drones than it is for you to save your own base. And I don't know what Zerg is doing here. I guess more worried about his drones. So he gets an Evo chamber down somewhere. And starts dropping spore crawlers all over the place. But again, I'm trying to focus on drones as much as possible. I put 1 DT in my base to whittle down these roaches. And for some reason, he doesn't attack my probes at all. So I'm able to rebuild my full army, even though I have no production now, very quickly. And that's a lot of drones killed. I just kind of lost sight of these DTs here, so that was a mistake on my part. But for some reason, Zerg decides they're going to use all the last resources on roaches and try to finish me off immediately with no drones. So I left the DT, the roach warren. I could have killed that. Could have gotten out of there without losing that. This was, I don't know what I was thinking. Completely losing control of my zealots and just not paying attention to them. But that's okay. I saved my DTs. He can't move out without an overseer, which he doesn't have. I don't know that, though. I make an Archon because Archons are more useful once someone has detection. I assume detection by now. I put my gateways back down since I have... Let's see. I have 30 probes. I'm at full production, 5-gate production, full mining from 1 base, and I just need to hold this attack and counterattack and I win. I don't know, he has 0 drones and 0 detection, but this works out pretty well for me. And that's it. That's it for this guy. No GG, probably quit out of frustration. So far the strategy is 4 for 5. Let's take a look at game 5 and see if we can continue this.